Welcome to 𝐄𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐂, we talk about investing, finance, or professional development. As the current time of 9:54 a.m. on the Eastern Time on Saturday, November 5th. Hope you guys have a good weekend so far and also had a good week, by the way. Ethereum currently at $1,635, down about 0.53% so far. On the over crypto market, you could see that clearly we're still kind of just flat to down at the moment. But with respect to the Friday, I guess, rally that we had, is basically just to, normalize the market dynamics a bit. Obviously, if you could see on the technical front, we basically begin the week on a relatively negative tone, which makes sense, right? With the FOMC meeting going with the 75 basis point on negative foreshadow perspective. And as we obviously saw the sell-off, the confirmatory signal came in. It kind of rebounded slightly as a relief rally, but it wasn't sustainable, knowing the fact that next week, right, specifically, is still going to be a lot of lingering factor happening. Coming up on the first one, on the 8th, is the election day. Obviously, we will see which side of the spectrum are we going to be going with this time, Democratic or Republican. And I think, with respect to just based on historical observation, right, if we are going with Republican, we might see some reversal on the equity market front specifically, but that will have some direct correlations onto the crypto front. Knowing the fact that, with our collective experience with the current administration, I think that reversal can indicate some sort of a revival on the financial market front, knowing the fact that Republican historically has been more pro Wall Street, despite there might be some questionable tactics and factors that some people might not agree with. Obviously, that's why it's like the two sides of the government spectrum. But anyways, so we recuperated back up and normalized basically begin and ended the week same level. And on Bitcoin, you could see that we are back up as a next level, but you could see that clearly we are still, just lingering on, not even breaking above 21,500 yet. So that's not, so that's showing that we are able to sustain, but we're still also getting blocked at the moment right now. And take a look at on the overall crypto market. It's very mixed bag this morning. Obviously, across the spectrum is leaning more towards the green side, because of the we still normalizing from the Friday pump. Basically just balance out. It's more of a balance equalizing act rather than an actual pump. So I wouldn't really think that, okay, we are seeing the bull rally happening early. I wouldn't say that the Santa Claus rally is beginning earlier this year. I wouldn't really think of it that way. And then just take a look at the media front real quick, just to get ourselves some, catch up on this one. You can see that across the spectrum, for the equity side, we jumped 400 points higher. And it's due to because, we normalized from the negative week. Basically 75% of the week so far has been negative, and obviously normalizing on Friday, just balancing back up. Now we are continuing it, but next week is going to be quite volatile again, right? Election, CPI report, PPI report, and then just take a look at some of the selective news. It seems like there's some news that's talking about with Warren Buffett on his further dollar cost averaging, buy another $1 billion in stock. Seems like this could be a good sign on seeing the near bottom, right? And then with respect to some crypto related news, in Nebelon, locals mine Bitcoin and buy groceries with Tether. Seems interesting that some selective third world countries are adopting cryptocurrency as a form of payment. It seems like the global centralization of currency is slowly being adopted, and is a good news for us, on the long term. But obviously, still a lot of green space and white space for us to take over. And then you obviously saw the Twitter news that Elon Musk has officially purchased Twitter, and Elon basically cut almost half of the workforce, right? 950 in California specifically, which is bananas. And I think Twitter has about 9,500 employees globally, and I think cutting half, that's not a small amount, right? That's especially around like Thanksgiving holiday and around the holiday spirits, which is I mean, I get it. It's been quite overweighted on the human capital front, and they probably don't need that much. And obviously, beside cutting the executive level, right? That was his first move. You know, the apartments that had the historical influence in the corporate culture perspective, it needs to kind of be scrubbed. So I think what Elon is doing, despite how tactical or how ruthless this is, it is still quite gut wrenching for those people that are getting cut, right? And not just for Twitter, but a lot of tech companies are also doing layoffs. But I guess Twitter want to just like pull off the bandage as quick as possible, before like slowly, letting people go. And I think this can do well for the morale long term, rather than like slowly bleeding the way like kind of very much like the Feds have been doing, just like slowly peeling off the onion rather than doing this drastically. I mean, Twitter is something that Elon has sizable ownership right now, so I understand why he would do something this drastic. And then so let's go back into technical analysis with respect to recording time of 10 a.m. exactly. So we are at 1634, down 1% so far. You could see that clearly we are getting blocked at the moment right now. And is this sustainable? Can we break above this? I would give this a relatively low probability, knowing the fact that we're very extended, quite extended on the top on our side as well on a daily. Weekly is not as extended, but you can see that we are forming a third peak right on the mountain, and we are looking to cross down, right? We are at a level that we are hitting, and the next level up is going to be 1800, and then subsequently is 20,500. Not 20,000, 2,550, sorry. Monthly still bullish, but obviously the weekend daily are, showing what we just talked about so far, right? And then on the daily for Bitcoin, you could see that quite extended, just like Ethereum. Weekly is also extended, right? So monthly is similar to Ethereum. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are trading very similarly. And then on the index front, like what's going on now? Well, we saw that rally happen on Friday, and we closed on like up for 400 basis point. But with respect to the technical, weekly is quite bullish on the equity side. So seeing some more pump is not going to be surprising to us. And also on the daily is actually not looking terrible. Looking the cross section down, despite we are relatively in the neutral level. So, despite next week is going to be quite interesting, right? We know that the election, we know that we will have the CPI PPI report. The technical, it is indicating that in the near term, as we get over this, world events, if you may, we should ideally see some, good reversal from here. So I think Santa Claus rally is definitely coming. It is showing signs of bullishness. Excuse me. So not a terrible idea for those that actually bought in during the reddest days of the week that happened, that's just passed, right? Anyways, appreciate you for joining me today. I know I missed yesterday. I went to this gala in the Yale Club. I know it sounds really bougie, but it is what it is. I've been going to a lot of breakfast, gala, dinner, award ceremony. A lot of charitable events. It's just more for like socializing and building more relationships with what my job requires me to. And I don't want to turn down, obviously, people inviting me. So it is interesting to see this like new side of the social ecosystem, which I haven't really been that involved with in the past, but it's good. But anyways, I'll keep you guys updated as the day durates. And if I see anything, that needs to be, be aware of, I'll let you guys know. But have a good rest of the weekend, and then next week's gonna be quite interesting. So be prepared for that. Take care.